Yeah, you.
Go on.
Start talking, man.
Talking about what?
Well, say hello. Say welcome, people. And
we're live. Oh, great. Okay, cool. We're live. Brilliant.
That's what I'm saying.
Welcome to another RaddTitan chat. This is God knows what number we are on now, but we are
173, I think.
173. Cool. Yeah, they're actually real numbers as well. They're not actually numbers taken from somebody else's chat and then added to this one.
God, you always have these fucking underhanded comments, man. Jesus Christ. Someone needs to get laid.
Dude, I've got like a nearly 7-month-old baby, man. I'm still getting laid. Don't worry about it. Yeah, so we're cracking on. We're firing up. So we'll try and get some business done and show you what's been going on, what's been happening in the world of collecting. May take a few shots at people while we're here. You know what we're like.
Why not? Why not?
We'll have a beer. Hope you had a great weekend, people.
So I'm just trying to plug in my monitor while we're talking. Because it wasn't.
Room's looking crisp out as well.
Yeah. I mean, I had a guest, and I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going to make an effort, which isn't really
You made all that effort for Redder, did you?
I did. Yeah, I did. Maybe it's more his wife than Redder, because Redder's not very grateful, and Redder's as cold and as sarcastic as I am. So yeah, and he's got that French accent where he thinks he can get away with it more. but yeah, no. So I tidied things up, and I'm actually really happy with the way it's turned out. It looks really nice. I put the watcher case up. I carried that up, which was not fun in the slightest. Oh no, there we go. So yeah,
you managed to get thingy in there. You managed to get the Showroom 99 in the details, man. That's pretty good going.
Well, that was actually, I think that was Mike, where Mike said he did that, and I think I may have insulted Mike behind his back, and I may have said he's full of shit, and I may have said that there's no fucking chance in hell. And then I think someone else confirmed it as well, and I was like, no way, come on, he ain't going in there, he's fucking massive. And then I did it, and I was like, oh yeah, maybe Mike is right. So yeah, but
love that Dragon Ball Z piece as well.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the ones I've still got in my collection. I'm still really happy to have that. Still glad that it's there. Yeah. It's funny because
when people come into your gaff and they see that, you know what I mean. Their head always spin.
Well, that was the thing. Is one of our boys who's like an anime collector. Again, I've seen 2 episodes of Dragon Ball Z, and it was Dragon Ball Z Super, and it was the biggest pile of horseshit I've ever seen in my life.
The only part I've ever seen is the film. The long film.
I don't know, but
they did like a motion, not like they did like a proper like film sort of length version of Dragon Ball Z, where they wake up that fucking lizard or some shit, and like. Yeah. You know, the little guy, he's not like very threatening looking, but he's like crazy powerful when he comes and wants to destroy the planet.
Yeah, that's the one. Well, the guy who looks like a cat.
Yeah, he looks like a cat. That's it.
Like a purple kind of pharaoh cat.
Yeah, like a purple, like ancient Egyptian cat, and he turns up and he's like, "Yeah, I watched that. I did laugh. I thought it was funny."
Yeah, I watched that, and basically, the one I saw, which I was in the Philippines. It was on in the hotel. And when I put it on, basically they're playing rock, paper, scissors, and they lose. And because they lose, the guy's allowed to destroy the Earth. And I was just watching it like, are you fucking kidding me? Is that really what this is? And I was just like really disappointed. But then when I spoke to Chad, he was like, yeah, that's the worst. They're the worst episodes ever, conveniently. So, yeah. So with that in mind, I was like, yeah, all right, how convenient is that? I've actually watched 2 episodes, and out of 400 episodes, the fucking shittest ones are the ones I watched. Yeah. Okay. All right, so Dave Cassie's just messaged me. Just in time, David. Just in time.
He's one of them submitting his homework at the last minute kind of bitches, Dave, isn't he?
Yeah, he's like, my dog ate my homework. Sorry. Yeah. Right, so 2 pieces. He's just sorry. I'm just reading what he sent me. Can't wait to see the chat. You fucking ass kisser. Send me some pictures. Okay, blah blah blah. First look. Oh, da, da, da. All right, cool. All right, we're good. We're good. So yeah, so I've had Redder over for a couple of days. Redder's a collector. He's one of our mods. Actually, I went to Singapore with Redder in 2016. Yeah, 16. And yeah, good guy, really good guy. He'll tell you what he thinks of you. I tell you that. He's not he doesn't mince his words. So he was over with his wife. He had a really good time. Really, really top guy. Went to see Endgame.
If you say a word, I swear to God.
Yeah. So
did you book the tickets or what?
Yeah, I have. I booked it.
Dude, you know that the best row is going to be gone if you don't get
Which
on
row? Which row do you want?
The best row.
I remember last time I booked it and you fucking complained about the seats I booked.
Yeah, because you're a fucking idiot. That's why you they're big screens. You don't want to be like you don't be looking up like that. You know what I mean? Ain't
just because you're fucking blind.
You don't want to like make it. Well, if I'm blind, it helps being close. You fucking moron. It's not the other way round.
Yeah, but yeah, yeah.
You want the back row. So like not to the side. You want to be in a centre back row, really, ideally.
Okay. No, I think I booked it last time when we were like 4 rows from the back.
Yeah, you want the back row.
I don't know, because it was quite a big screen, so I didn't want it right at the back.
They're little rooms though. It's a big screen and a little room.
All right, I'll have a look when we get off the chat. Remind me, and I'll do it as soon as we get off the chat.
I reminded you twice today, as instructed.
Well, remind me again. God damn it!
Okay, now.
God damn. All right, so. Got people fucking messed. They're having a fucking conversation on the mod chat while we're doing this. It better be.
Yeah, Mike is fucking chatting to a mini saying we should do guests on it.
Oh god, is that what's coming up? Collectible Kingdom in the house. Dave Cassie in the house. Steve H in the house. He's changed his name now. He's put spaces in there because last time I was like, see the Collectible Kingdom. Congratulations on your Adam Warlock and your Quasar. Stuart Murray 47 in the house. Yo. Steve's being an arsehole again, usual. As Thanos clicked his fingers again or something, saying that we've disappeared. Nicholas in the house.
That thing on Google is awesome, by the way.
Yeah, you click it again. You click it twice.
No, I clicked it once and it removed all the spoilers from the page.
Oh, is that what it does? I thought it just removed 50%.
No, anything that's spoiler related, it removes. So it removes that's its purpose.
Oh, I didn't know it was spoilers. I thought it was just it removes half the posts.
No, it removes any spoilers.
Oh, that's smart.
That gives the plot or anything away. So you don't have to go below the title screen of Google. You just type in Thanos. That thing's there.
Thanos.
Yeah, and you just.
But if you click it again, the circle comes up like Doctor Strange, and it rewinds time.
Oh, wicked!
So it brings them back. Tack in the house, like a doll's eyes statue review. Frustrated. I don't know. We're not talking about that because George ain't seen it yet. So no talking about Endgame because Gio hasn't seen it. Sorry, guys. But in the house,
Tuesday, but at this rate, it isn't looking likely.
At him in the house.
Oh, huge congratulations to Atim, man. His daughter
Yeah.
has just been born. So mad love to Atim, man. He's now a dad. He's a proud dad of his first baby girl. We wish him love. We wish him all the best. And obviously him and Alex are like this.
Yeah, we are the bearded brothers. And
So we
whatever,
wish him the best, man, and hope that him and his daughter and his wife are all doing well. Enjoy that lack of sleep, bitch.
whatever Atim says, I totally agree with. And you know, we think the same because we have beards and we had a beer in New York, allegedly. Ben Lake in the house. Yeah, Dave got my PMs. Headquarters of Collectibles. Endgame was awesome. Ben Lake. Justin Wilkinson. Congrats, Eton. Bart. Yep, cleaned up my room.
Didn't bother to do it for you, Bart. It was like, fuck you. But he did it for Redder instead.
I did tidy up a little bit for Bart, not much. Not as much as I did Redder. I like Redder more than Bart. Yeah, stay away from that. We did. Some people were trying to do those all the spoilers go in here posts on RaddTitan, but we decided against that because what happens is if you if you're not friends with everyone in the post, you see the first post from someone I think who is your friend, so you would still possibly see a spoiler underneath the post. So we had to take it down for now. More and more Monster cases are popping up in the wild. Yeah, we're seeing quite a lot of Monster cases coming up, looking awesome. Quinn sent kits in the house. Nice to see those Monster cases go. Yeah, Monster case, I've got one behind me up there, and I'm loving it. And I need to send him a reminder to get the my quote through.
I need to get one built for like the Hulk transformation at some point.
Get a git to the chopper. Sup. So okay. I might not be able to do the thing I used to do before, where I put the video in front of the comments because you might get a spoiler. You'll be pissed off.
Oh yeah, that's not good.
Neil's in the house, late to bed tonight. Richie Mayer's in the house. Wallace in the house. He hasn't seen Endgame because he's got a fucking baby. That's why, dickhead. Andrew in the house. Great. Cheers for your video there, Andrew. We did put a post up for Andrew's room tour. Cheers for that.
Yeah. How's it doing?
Doing all right. Last time I checked, it was on like 1,300. And,
yeah, man, fucking Johnny's went fucking mad. Like Johnny's was like 5K within like 2 days. Did really well.
Deadpool cool. Damn, Alex, those IKEA details can hold the imaginary mark Hulkbuster. I hope. Sam Algeri in the house. Whiplash Collectibles. Stephen Lee in the house. Thanks for the videos, Stephen. I'm putting them together. I'm going to edit something together with those. Backerman 10 in the house. Goro's Arms. Yo, and then Mike Wells. Yo, yo, yo. Dave Cassie. Atim. So I'm just trying to go through these. Chris Michaels in the house. Batman Statue Collector. Joa in the house. Mark Randolph. So just trying to get from Joe Miller. What's up, Divine? If you want to ask a question, boys and girls, if you do the old @RaddTitan, so it comes through as a highlighted comment, because I know a lot of you guys like to comment to each other to discuss things. That is totally cool. Talk away. But if you want anything important asked, just make sure you do the @ so you get that highlight. Mike Hinton in the house. Hilton, sorry. Yeah, I think that's everyone covered. Sorry if I missed you. Nick Chesh in the house. Can't talk about Endgame, no. Otherwise, Gio will hunt you down and fucking kill you.
If you don't put the comments up, you can talk about it. We just won't acknowledge anything you said.
What I'll do then is I won't put the video, like when we do the pictures, I normally put the video in front of the comments so people can see the comments and Gio can see them. But I won't do that today. So yeah, you can talk about it.
The reason I haven't seen it is because I have particular snobbery with a lot of things, and the cinema is one of them. And it's been half term here, and if you think I'm going to go sit with loads of kids that open it, I mean, literally, if I'm sitting within 10, 15 feet and someone opens their phone, I'm going to grab them and fucking scalp them in the middle of the cinema. So, you know, it's not what for me. I want everyone out of my face. I want everyone out of the way so I can sit and enjoy it with like a handful of people rather than bits. I can't, you know, people go to cinema, man. They would like checking their phones and shit and talking, and I will kick off. So it's just not worth. It's just not worth the ag.
We had some fucking bellend come in, and he came in like after the beginning part. So like probably about 5 minutes in, he comes in, fucking got his phone, and he's trying to find his seat. So he's all like that. Wait, let me do it. He's all like that
with his torch,
trying to find his fucking seat, going like that. Fucking dickhead. But yeah, so Marcus, nah, I've been buying loads of fucking CGC. Macklin 55555. There's 4 5s. No, there's 5 5s. Do you know in Thailand, if you see someone, it took me a while to figure this out. I was talking to Thai people, and they kept putting 555 after their text messages, and I was like, why the fuck do they keep writing 555? And apparently Thailand 5 is ha. So it's like 555 is ha ha ha, like funny.
Okay.
So it's
just
out
loud.
Yeah. They do 555 instead of like LOL because it's like 5 as well. Yeah, anyway. So yeah, Macklin 5555555.
He's really laughing.
Yeah, the Green Goblin. The Green Goblin statue is an AP, and that did really piss off that poor guy who sold it to me. He was well annoyed.
But the lessons learned, really, because you need to know what you're selling.
Dr. Banner in the house. Here we go. All right. Yeah, I've been getting loads of CGC stuff in. And by the way, I bought one, and I totally blame Johnny. I have no intention of buying this statue, but I got kind of caught up in a little moment where I bought a fucking Man-Thing comic just because there were 2 reasons. One was it was Man-Thing, and we saw the Sideshow Man-Thing and was like, this piece is fucking badass. This piece is really. Fuck, we didn't review it, did we? No, we couldn't get it out. It was too big. Yeah, But so I got a Man-Thing comic, and also, do you know who R.L. Stein is? Do you remember?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what from?
No.
No, it was you. I'm pretty sure it was you who bought a load of them. And when we were kids, they're the Choose Your Own Adventure books.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure that was R.L. Stein. I might be wrong, but apparently
I tell you what fucking was the strangest shit that I've ever
seen. The comic I bought was this Man-Thing, and it was like a 9.8, and it was like £30 shipped. And
how much?
£30.
Nice.
So £25, and then £5.
Number one.
It's number one, but it's like a new number one. But it's apparently the first comic that R.L. Stein's ever done.
Oh,
and
nice.
It was just like a nostalgia thing because of who he was and because we saw the Man-Thing the other day. It was just like it just popped up basically. So I had to get that.
I also the other day, my boy gets me up like about 6 o'clock in the morning, and like we play and fuck about and all this shit. And I sometimes I put on like television, like when he's sort of settling down and stuff like that. And I put on, I love Frasier for some reason. I don't know why. I just enjoy the show. It makes me laugh, especially the brother makes me crack up. Niles all the time makes me crack up. And fucking the funniest thing happened. I was sitting and I was just listening, and he gets a phone call. The brother, right? Niles gets a phone call, and then he's like in an important moment or something. He's saying something. He gets disturbed. And he gets this phone call, and what he says, he actually goes like, "No, there's no Wendell Vaughn here." And I was like,
Wendell Vaughn?
That's Quasar's name.
Yeah.
So it was like, that's not a fucking coincidence. Whoever wrote that has dropped that in there on purpose. Do you know what I mean? I just thought that was really strange because it was like, we did the Quasar review and then it was like literally like a few days after I was watching it and that happened. And I swear I've seen all these fucking episodes before.
But that happens though. Like when you know something, like a little useless fact or whatever like that, you then notice it more in other things. It happens all the time, like with that. I've been told I'm wrong, actually. R.L. Stein is not the one who did Choose Your Own Adventure. He did Goosebumps.
Oh, that's why. That's what you're thinking of. I like Goosebumps.
Oh, well, I got it anyway for the wrong reason. That might be, I mean, that's going to be more popular.
It actually doesn't
Goosebumps
take
is actually better because Goosebumps is well more popular than Choose Your Own Adventure.
Dude, at the end of the day, you don't need no excuses to buy CGC comics, brother.
I'm pretty sure he did, though. I'm pretty sure he did do. No, they got well-rounded names.
I got a couple of good ones, but they're still shipping.
Yeah.
I got the first Spawn, and I got the
nice.
And I got the Lee, who is actually another one of my favorite artists. Actually, I got his Black Order, the Black Order #1. I got that.
Yeah.
Graded. I really like that cover that he did. So managed to find one of them for actually reasonable money because I see the Raw comics, the Raw comics going for like £150, £120. I was like, fuck. I managed to get a 96 for about the same money. Just a bit less.
I've seen a few things with his name on it, and I'm pretty sure, I'm probably going to be wrong again, but I'm pretty sure he does a really good Spider-Gwen that I really like. And
some of them got the big
I'm pretty sure that's
Raw comics quite a lot of money.
Yeah, the Raw comic is like £500 or £600. Yeah, I did buy that as well. Actually, Andrew's reminded me that I did buy the first appearance of X-23 9.8 yesterday as well. I got this problem, right, where
isn't that like is that the one you screenshotted me? That was expensive.
Yeah, it's like £500 and something, but
yeah, you can fuck that shit off.
It's NYX #3 is her first appearance, and people are all doing 555 now. I just see it popping up. Are You Afraid of the Dark as well? He did apparently. Yeah, so basically, R.L. Stein. Oh, R.L. Stein had Choose Your Own Adventure stories also. Thanks, Tim. I thought so. I thought we were going totally mad. But yeah, I bought that. But the problem I have is like when I get like some money in, so I sold some books and whatever. So I got £600 in. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just put it straight into something else. And then I bought that comic, which was 500 and whatever pound. Then I bought the Lotto signed comic, which was £160. And
I bought the 2 Raws of those.
Yeah.
Once you send them to me, that picture.
Yeah.
I bought the 2 Raw ones from the same company that you got the thing from.
Yeah, I bought the signed graded one, and
still the Surfer Black #1.
Yeah.
The Lotto cover.
Yeah. And they're apparently only doing 25 signed. So hopefully they'll
be bad for like £100 and something. That's not too bad. I mean, I bought the 2 Raw ones for about £35. But again,
for me,
I'll get them both graded and keep one, sell the other.
Yeah, I mean, you may even get like a 9.6 or a 9.8 when you get it back, you know. But I just thought to myself, it's a really nice surfer cover, and I thought to myself, I just sold a couple of things, so I'm going to treat myself. But then I went a bit crazy, and I ordered XM Spider-Man, I ordered XM Black Cat, and then I bought Sideshow Galactus. I bought the old Mark III Iron Man busts and the exclusive Spider-Woman.
Should be thanking me for that, Galactus.
Well, yeah, thank you.
It's my fuck up that you have it, because I actually got in there first, and then I was on a dog walk. I was walking the dog, and I was speaking to Mike, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm selling some bits." I was like, "What are you selling?" He was like, "I'm selling Galactus." I went, "How much?" He went, "This much," and I went, "Sold." And then literally I transferred him money like within minutes.
Yeah.
And then I got into my room and was like, "Okay, so where is this?" I asked him to measure it for me, and I was like, "All right, so where's this bad boy going?" It's going nowhere.
Well,
going nowhere. I do not have any place for it. I was like so devastated. it's one of the only fucking pieces that I would ever even consider that's like a limited edition piece with no number.
Yeah.
But obviously, like, I'm not going to beat around the bush. I've seen many of them. They're painted shit. Like, I've seen so many people say that, you know, oh no, mine's good, mine's good. If I was looking at it in person, I could rip it to shreds. I guarantee it, because I've never seen. I've probably seen about 12 of them in person, and I've seen one. I think that was okay, and it wasn't exceptional. It was just okay. My intention was with Mike's one was to get it completely repainted. So I was thinking, fuck yeah, it was a project, you know, but it's such a monster. And I don't trust Mike's measurements because he can't measure for shit.
Well, yeah, because you had that thing with Birdship Man.
Yeah, Berserk man was fucked. How deep is it? Yeah, let me just measure it. Yeah, it's 13 inches, and then you get out of the box and you get the fucking base out, and the base is like 16 inches, and you're like, what the fuck are you talking about, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even ask how big it was. I know it's 33 and it's like probably 18 or something deep, but
He says 18 deep, but I don't think it is. I think it's more.
yeah, so I could, like, worst case scenario is he could go up there next to Hulkbuster, which I just want to add that carrying Hulkbuster and putting it on top of the detail, I nearly shit my pants, literally. It was a real fucking strain to get up there on my own, and it was probably not the smartest move. I really should have taken off all the arms and legs and everything, but I didn't. But that's the beauty of hindsight. I mean, I probably got a fucking hernia now, but yeah.
Yeah, the next time you sneeze, you're going to be dialing 999.
Yeah, God. Yeah, so that wasn't fun. And
Selling
then
that logo and all for fucking nothing.
yeah, I mean,
nothing.
so
cheap.
That was it, Mike. Mike Wells. If you're still listening, Michael Alvarez. He wanted your Lobo, but he said in the pictures you've got dog. If you're selling it with dog, let him know a price. So yeah.
Mate, he fucking sold Black Panther. He sold fucking Moon Knight.
Oh, his price. I mean, that was why I couldn't turn some of the stuff down. I was just like, how much? What? And I was like cooking. I was eating sandwich. I was doing shit, and I'm like, I saw that like people going PM sent, PM sent, PM sent. So I sent him a PM. I just said, look, Mike, hold these pieces. I need to eat my food, and if I I'll send you the money in 20 minutes if I want it or whatever. But I need to sort this shit out first. And he's like, yeah, fine. Went back on there, double checked the prices, and I'm like, yeah, Mike, just here's the money. Fucking hell.
Well, I was like that with Galactus. You never see it for that price again.
Yeah,
I'll never see one for that price.
The other side of it as well was like, it puts a few people off because there's no shipper. I have a Galactus. I have two Galactus shippers. I've never owned a Galactus. I have two fucking shippers, and it doesn't have a plug. Which the plug for him is the same plug, so I should have that one somewhere. He takes batteries as well, and also, I mean, the those plugs you can buy. You can buy that kind of plug off Amazon for fucking £4 anyway.
I mean, a lot of the things were fixable, and like you've got, but like I say, there's only one thing that isn't fixable, in that space. Once you are out of space, it doesn't matter. I mean, I was like fucking thinking to just knock a wall down. I just knock a wall down. It's fine. I just put Galactus down. Just knock that wall down. I don't need that wall.
That's what Redder was saying to me. He was going, have you? Actually, I can't do a French accent. It's bad.
That was going.
Have you ever thought about knocking down your wall here and putting your collection through the room? And I'm like, no, I have not. Jao, big thanks, buddy. Debate topic that has been on my mind for years. Okay, wait.
It's going to be deep. This it's Jao. It's going to be deep.
No, I'm just making sure there's no spoilers. No, he just basically says once Endgame hype has passed, do you think the MCU hype will decline, and that would affect the value of Marvel key comics? To be honest with you, with comics, it's not really like statues as such, and I think there's always going to be some kind of movie coming out where it's going to affect the prices. I mean, you've got like Phoenix coming out, that's bound to make X-Men, was it X-Men 101 go up? You've got like even with Marvel and Disney making the future X-Men films, when the reboot happens or whatever they decide to do, that will make X-Men go up even more.
Yeah, and shit films still push the price of comics up.
Always, even
Shit films,
Netflix,
terrible films.
yeah,
Push up.
Netflix series like Luke Cage that made not very much, but I basically like tripled my money on Luke Cage because I bought it for like £60, £70 or whatever it was, and I sold it for like 200 and something. So you know, any kind of the Punisher went up because of Netflix. I think any kind of, you know, any kind of
Statues are very
statues are different because it's like
statues are basically like having an ornament in a Japanese household. It's just like you're on shaky ground there, man. You're on shaky ground.
well, Japanese because of earthquakes.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
just like, you know, it's just not stable. The bottom line is that statue comes out, you know, very few will manage to like maintain, because new pieces come out all the time and it affects everything. New pieces of it, especially with companies that continually make the same fucking character over and over again. They do it no favors whatsoever. So you have like a really nice Deadpool, and, you know, it's selling for pretty decent money, and then they'll make another fucking Deadpool, and then another Deadpool, and then a sheet Deadpool, and then another Deadpool.
Yeah.
It just fucking goes out of, you know, and then a bust. And then it affects, all of them affect the first one.
Yeah.
Everyone likes to think that it doesn't, but that's
Well, I mean, when we started in the hobby, and you know, you had like one main piece of that piece. So you had the original Sideshow Venom. That piece, the original Sideshow Venom, the comic care, at one time was selling for $2,000.
Yeah, no.
Now you could probably pick up. I don't know about the exclusive, but you could pick up the regular now for £600, maybe less.
Yeah.
You could pick up the exclusive probably 1,200, 1,000 maybe. The Venom one is really low run. Marcus, blah blah blah. No, I mean, no, of course, with the comics there are trends and there are peaks and troughs, but normally with comics, the troughs don't go down as far. So you'll have a peak. It will start here, and it will peak to here, but it won't normally go back below that point at a lot of the time. I mean, look, X-Men #1, Giant X-Men, them comics have gone full retard lately. Hulk 181, I found out the hard way that kind of went up a lot because I missed my opportunity to buy it cheaper. So, you know, there's all these key comics that are going.
I use that as an example when I'm talking to people.
Well, I'm a dickhead.
No, I use the example, like I say about the fact that, you know, you could have bought it for X price and you waited, and like a couple of years later you bought it for Y price. And I mean, I think that's an important thing to know. You know, if you, like I say, like I always tell collectors, the same with like statues or, you know, anything that you're collecting, the best thing to do is to have the money. Have them try, if you've got an idea, if you want something, if you're after a Magneto or you're after anything, even if it's a comic, for example, have the money. And then when one pops up and you can strike and you can get it for cheaper or less, or, you know, you can do well out of the deal, you got to get it. You have to be ready to do it, and you have to be ready like instantly to do it. Otherwise, your opportunity is gone. You're just better off doing that rather than, you know, like, because some guys, they like save and they'll have money, and then something will come out and they'll be like, that money then goes and it's gone. You've got to like keep it. You've got to be patient, keep the money and wait. And things do pop up there all the time.
Well, I mean, you know, even though the money I spent on that comic was, you know, a big chunk of money, it was an opportunity to buy it at that price because of the fact that the guy listed it as only UK. So when I put my slide on there, I was talking to an American, Kevin, and he couldn't find the sale. He couldn't find it because it was only listed as UK, which I didn't know at the time until Kevin
Yeah,
told me you couldn't find it. I sent him the link, and then he come up with that message that says you may not be able to purchase this in your region. And he goes, I can see what you're bidding on, but I can't bid on it. And then but so you can bid on it, but it gives you the warning. But so I then realised, I was like, I might have an opportunity here, because if it's UK only, there's not as many people bidding. So I put my price in there, and I was fortunate, Trunk or True UK, or are you talking about the guy who did all the Bird of Prey comics? Yeah, I can't think of any off the top of my head, but he does some great comic covers. Current news. Wow, same there. Nicholas Squinera. Do you know the comic artist Nicholas Squinera?
No.
A lot of people are commenting about him, saying, what's your favourite cover? Have you done any reviews of their covers? And then someone else says, enjoy the milkshake. That's a new name. That's a good one. And he says, his covers are the best comics. Batman. Chris, don't do it. Don't get into CGC, buddy. Do not get into CGC.
I think for me, is that the question? What's my favorite artists?
No. They're asking about a specific artist, which I don't know the name off the top of my head. I think he did a load of covers for something called Bird of Prey.
I have specific artists that I like for specific characters.
Yeah,
it's quite strange. There's size. I really like Ron Lim, Thanos, for I just always like that. His his stuff. So you have sort of favorites, then you like Clayton Crane's Spider-Man or Ghost Rider is really quite impressive stuff.
Ghost Rider, I think, is better than his Spider-Man stuff.
I like his Spider-Man. I personally, I quite like his Spider-Man stuff.
I prefer the Lotto, but you don't like the Lotto Spider-Man as much.
No, I don't like I don't like his eyes that look like mine.
Yeah. Jen Mint in the house. Cody Spencer in the house. Cody Spencer, good timing when we're talking about variants, when he's one of the ones who sent me a load of stuff before. Disturbia in the house. Chad. I honestly don't care about the value. If a statue has significance. I mean, no, of course. I mean, with the statues as well. I mean, the original. I had this conversation the other day with, I think it was with Redder. The thing is about collecting, and about when you buy these pieces, just say that the benchmark is it's more now, but let's just say you're paying $500 a piece, and then 3 months later you're seeing them on eBay for $300. You're not going to feel good about that, are you? You're not going to then be, I'm going to order day one, and you're not going to jump on board of that. You're going to kind of think about, maybe I should just wait until get it later on. I mean, obviously you don't buy them as an investment, because it's not really a smart investment, but you obviously don't buy them knowing that they're going to go down in value. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You don't know that, you may have to sell 10 statues, and if you've spent $500 a statue, that's $5,000. If you then can only sell them for 300 each, you've just lost $2,000. So it's that kind of I know people have the intention not to sell, and I don't buy it as an investment, and I don't buy it for this, or I don't buy it for that, but you still have to think about it it's your money you've earned, and it's your money that you can't say, oh, I'm just going to buy and keep buying, because
Well, I mean, also you have to also, there is now this thing that's going around in our community, which is this overly, because the world has become that way, this overly pussy PC shit, where everyone says they don't care about money and they don't care about ES, and it's all about the art, and it's all about this. It's and to be honest with you, there is a level of that I can agree with, but I think now sometimes people say that as an open and empty gesture. The truth of the matter is that the word collectible is in there, and if the edition size is really high and it's very easy to attain, it is not collectible, really. if you can buy it for like a lot cheaper, then I mean, like people are saying now, like, you know what, a statue comes up for pre-order, and let's say it's $1,000. Everyone's smart on that. Like, so many people are just turning around and going, yeah, just wait for it to be released, and you'll get it for 600. I mean, that's what they're saying before the ball's even been kicked in the game. That you know, that tells you that there is a slight oversaturation that's starting to occur. The numbers are very, very high. And yeah, I agree with Alex. You know, nobody's getting into this. I mean, as an investment opportunity. You know, it's not smart and invest because there's so many.
Oh, I mean, when we started, you could. When we started, there were, just as we were starting, you could still certain pieces. You could buy two, and you could sell one and make some of your money back. You could do it with certain pieces. Now, no.
I think what it is as well is like a new guy thing too. Like when I remember the only argument I ever had with Victor, the only ever disagreement that I ever really had with him was a comment that he made about Batman. He turned around and said about Batman premium format that they're selling them in Walmart and they're like the numbers are too high and they're just giving them away and all of this stuff. And I took offense to that because I owned it and I was a new collector. It was about the nostalgia and all of these things. And I said all these things to him. And years later, I just realized what a fucking idiot I was and how right he was, because he was right and I was wrong. Because now that piece you can pick up for £150. You can pick it. I mean, and it was selling for, you know, 2, 3, 4 times that amount of money. It's like he was completely right. You know, he was completely right. And although at the time, because I was new to the game and, you know, I had all this romance to it and it was all about, you know, don't be an elitist prick. You know, part of me just has to remember that, you know, I invest a lot of money and, you know, these things are collectibles. I don't collect toys. I don't collect toys. You know, I have things. I try and get things that are like a little bit limited, that not everybody can just like search and find immediately and get it for half the price I paid. That's not nice to go through that. And anyone that sort of sits there and is like, yeah, that doesn't bother me, then you've got more money than I have, and if you're happy to just throw it away like that, then more power to you. But I'm not. I am not happy to throw my fucking money away. I really ain't.
Yeah. 100%. I mean, so I'm just sort of catching up with Diego in the house. No, don't collect icebreaker stuff. We did a review on the Psylocke, and yeah, but check it out. David,
I sold that recently.
Do you guys insure your collections? Yeah. In the UK, it's different to America. You have to just call your house insurance, so you get it added on to your house insurance. Is that what you did?
Mine's insured, yeah.
But
mine's separate. Mine is on my house insurance, but it's separate. Like the whole collection. Yeah, it's basically like, you know, for X amount, and then if you have any pieces that are worth more than this, then they have to be added to the list separately.
Yeah.
And obviously, I have to constantly check on the value of certain higher priced items to see if they qualify. Sometimes they drop, sometimes they do qualify, and other times they don't. It constantly changes, so I have to change it annually.
What do you think about the edition size for the Sideshow Punisher? So the new Sideshow Punisher, correct me if I'm wrong, because it is off the top of my head. Okay. I think it was 2,000 exclusive, 4,000 regulars.
Yeah.
What do you think?
But the problem is that the regular head is the painted face, and that's the best head.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the problem there. I mean, if they had have done it the other way round, and the best head was the exclusive part, then 2,000. I still think it's probably 500 higher than I would like it to be. Yeah. But I would agree with it a little bit better in that part. But they basically are giving the most sought after head to everybody. And as a business standpoint, that is smart business, because more people want that head. There's no doubt about it. But as a collector standpoint, it's not great, because you can, you know, why would you buy the X for?
Yeah.
Why would you bother? Like, there's no point. I don't see why you'd bother your ass. And then I will be able. How much does it sell for?
Oh, I don't know, 600-700.
Right. So if it's $700 upon release, within 3 months, I'll be able to buy that. I would be able to buy that piece at 30% less.
I guarantee there'll be someone selling that in the UK £450 when it comes out.
Oh, right. The issue also is that the people that get them in have so many pre-orders and take and you know, because it's like a year you're waiting, or 8-9 months. By the time it comes out, sometimes you just move it on, and you
Well, I
don't
mean,
want all your money back. You want
yeah,
like
yeah.
a part of your money back. That's the logic that people use. I
There's,
mean,
no- there's
I've got collector friends of mine who don't include shipping, taxes, or anything on their statue.
yeah, yeah.
I said,
Well,
how much
other
you paid?
people,
$600. I'm like, no, you didn't. You didn't pay $600. Cost you $1,000. What are you talking about? They're like, oh, I've
other
only
people
paid.
won't factor in the fact that because they've done a payment plan of, I don't know, 8 payments. For them, they're not missing that money every month because it's 8 payments, so it's more
Yeah,
spread out. So then when they come to sell it, it's like, okay, well, I'll sell it for this because that's a chunk of money rather than that.
yeah.
So yeah, Jemmin said he totally agrees with you. He came in the same way, and didn't care about collector edition sizes and whatever else until he had to start selling stuff.
Well, what happens is that you get your ass kicked, and then you get tired of getting your ass kicked. You just turn up and you're like, you know what? I want to change direction, or I want to collect 1/3 now, or you know what? I'm going to get into horror pieces, or you know what? I'm gonna like only collect Spider-Man, or whatever it is. Something changes in you always. It happens. You
Oh
evolve
yeah,
and then when that happens, and you start listing shit, and then you get everybody interested in just trading with you because there's so many pieces everywhere, and people offering you like stupid prices and I mean, it's amazing. It really is. It's amazing. But
yeah.
you know,
If
it
someone
does
is,
affect you. It really does. And like me now, no matter how good a piece is, if the numbers are too high, I don't touch it. I'm not interested because
yeah,
I'm learned enough to know that my taste can change. I'm learned enough to know that when I say this is a keeper, it may not be.
yeah,
I can't
yeah,
guarantee anything like
yeah.
that. So you have to learn from your own mistakes. You have to grow. And when I started, I was like, yeah, never getting rid of Superman. Best Superman premium tournament. You know, fuck me. Listen, go back and watch them.
Well, that's the other thing as well. Sorry, referring back to old videos, I've had someone comment because I get the notification when someone comments on old videos. I'll get someone comment on a video from 4 years ago saying, "Wow, you said this was like one of the best statues you've ever seen." It's like it was at that moment in time. You have to take it as what it was at that point. That's the thing about,
Yeah,
um, which I actually, that's one of the things I think that we have over a lot of other channels as well, is the fact that we have been doing this for, I don't know, 6 years or whatever it's been now. And the fact that we started to do the videos as soon as we started buying them. So I started
yeah,
buying the statues. So our whole collectible journey from the core scale stuff, even some of the 1/6, it's all documented. So every piece that we see is documented on like on a YouTube video somewhere.
yeah,
So at that moment in time, that is how we felt about that piece. And there are pieces where we're like, wow, this piece is fucking amazing. There was a time though, which is when we saw the Spider-Man comic out, which was probably about a year or so into it. And we saw that Spider-Man comic out and it fucking
changed
woke us
everything.
up. It woke us up and we were like,
Yeah,
there's like, we're going this before that we were like, yeah, this piece is amazing, this is like the one of the cleanest paint jobs we've seen, and oh my god, look at that sculpt, just, oh yeah, wow. And then we saw the comic cat Spider-Man, and it was one of the first pieces where we were like, oh yeah, we don't know nothing, we know
yeah,
fuck all. This piece is like way above everything we've seen before, and we got a lot to learn. That was that
and
moment where,
yeah, I agree with you 100%, man. That piece slapped us awake. That did. That slapped us right awake.
yeah. And someone asked us about if you have, with the problem with now having all these edition sizes. Well, I'm going to paraphrase what he said, but the problem now with having all these big edition sizes, do you think in future now you're better to buy a Sideshow piece or an XM piece or whatever company based on who is the sculptor rather than the company? So you've got more chance of making your money back because it's a Daniel Bell piece or because it's,
No, it don't. I mean, it doesn't mean shit. I mean, the end of the day, we've all seen recently just how badly received the Gladiator Hulk was. Daniel Bell did a fantastic job on the sculpt and that, but at the end of the day, the price has absolutely just like pissed like 90% of the fucking world off. So I really don't. I mean, I do have a tendency, like there's certain people I admire. Like I'm a huge Martin Canal fan, but I'm a Martin Canal fan. I'm a Martin Canal fan because of what he's done, not because of who he is. Does that make sense? I don't buy it because he made it. I just go, wow, that's amazing. And then when I read Martin Canal sculpted it, I'm like, I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised by the fact I love it and he sculpted it, because the guy, you know, there's certain people that just adhere to your tastes. There's certain people that you just sort of gravitate towards,
like,
and you like them.
Yeah,
you know, that's how it goes.
I don't think. I mean, like, I know that there were certain artists Sideshow used to push originally.
Still do it.
They would push. No, but they didn't do it to a point. But now they're trying to capitalize on it more. So the Martin Canal pieces, the Daniel Bell pieces, they're trying to push out more. They're trying to put the names of the artists out more. Prime One don't really mention the artists, which I don't think that's right. I think the artists should get the recognition. And I do think that there is some weight to it as well. I mean, when people hear, Daniel Bell made his name for, he did some, he won like the ZBrush Awards or the ArtStation Awards 2 or 3 years in a row for custom pieces. He then went on to XM and he did the, what have I got here? Electro, Black Panther, Weapon X. He did all these like fantastic pieces. More, you know, and then he went off to Sideshow, and everyone was so pumped to see this name, this guy, because of what he was doing. So they can capitalize on that, I feel. But going back to the original question, if they're capitalizing on that name and they're pushing that name out, the edition size is likely to be higher. So your return may not be, you know, in the future.
If you put down on your listing on eBay or on any group that sculpted by X, what matters is going to be the number and how well it's been received. That's it. If it's a low number, lowish, and it's very sought after, and the people that bought it want to keep it, it becomes harder to acquire. If it's harder to acquire, that means you're not going to find it on every search. I mean, there are pieces now I can search it pretty much, you know, anything. I can find it and I can buy it. Like, and it's not really even a lot of money at the minute. That's the problem, you know. And there are older pieces that are really that don't pop up very often. And when they pop up, I mean, I'll give you a prime example. Didn't Pumpkinhead just pop up out of nowhere? It hasn't been up for years, and Pumpkinhead just popped up, didn't it? For like $5 grand, $7 grand.
$5 grand. But Pumpkinhead's always been that price. Pumpkinhead when we started was $3 grand, $3.5 grand. So it's always been. It's like 125 edition size, I think. Steve, talking back about, you know, us saying comments on our old videos. Steve was saying that I remember Alex saying about RoboCop that he's never going to get rid of it, and now it's in my kitchen. Yeah, God, that was my first. I think that was my first premium format. I think.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
It was RoboCop, and then shortly after Hellboy. But before that, my first Sideshow piece was the diorama. That diorama. Yeah.
But that's the evolving of it, and everyone can come around and they can say all this stuff now about the romance of it and about the ES don't matter and the artist don't matter. Once things happen, once you know your medical bill comes in, or you have a change of fortune in your job or your career, or God forbid somebody gets sick or something happens to your life that you need to free up some funds, you'll be fucking pissed off with that attitude. I guarantee it. You'll turn around and you'll say, I should have listened. I should have bought smarter. I should have thought about things a little bit longer. I should have held that finger off that button just for a second, just to think about it, just to think about what I'm doing beforehand. And, then because what you want is to be able to be like, for me, it's not even that I want to make money. I just want to get what I put in. That's all I want.
Yeah.
So if I pay 800, I want 800 back.
Yeah, Nick is saying that Sideshow might have some of the good artists in house, but the thing is that the factory quality isn't there. So the quality of the artist is lost. True. Would love Prime One to get more credit, give more credit to their artists. I'd love that as well. I mean, I think it's important. That was the thing that when XM came onto the scene, they made sure that all of their artists were mentioned. Like when you get a box, it says on the box, "This is who done it. Thank you to blah blah blah." When you
So
get
the
a side,
Connecticut, so the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
HMO,
No,
they've all done that all from the beginning too.
no, but I mean, but XM were there before those guys. That's what I'm saying. When we got into the hobby, is around the same time that XM kind of started. They started. I think they started about a year after we got into the hobby, and they've always credited their artists. They've always we saw it firsthand when we were in Singapore in 2017. Both of us, Caleb Nefsan was there, and they were trying to push him. They were trying to like Caleb, go talk to these people. Go talk. They like your piece. Go say. Go introduce yourself. Go put your name out there. Go get your picture taken with this person. You know, they wanted him to be there. When we were there, when Daniel Bell phoned them when he got the job with Sideshow, and he phoned them. He was meant to be in Singapore when we were there, and he phoned them to explain the situation. And they said to him like, "Congratulations, we're so happy for you." Blah blah blah. They just lost one of their biggest artists at the time, but they were so nice about it. They were really friendly. They took it really well. They took it on the chin. They wanted what's best for him. And that's the way it should be.
You don't want that ever to really change.
Yeah.
Like I say before, you should, really, the human element of collecting should come before anything else. Absolutely everything and anything else. How you treat people and how you come across and how you do things. You can't take that back once it's done.
Yeah. So I'm just skimming through the comments. Another red one there. Do you think Prime One releases the teasers on their US warehouse too soon? Still no news since it's the end of the relationship. Yeah, I mean we're going to mention that a bit later on, but they've mentioned more stuff now about economy shipping. The Prime One, sorry. They mentioned a few more things about they've got cheaper shipping, so it is getting closer to Sideshow prices. Maybe more for us in the UK, not for the guys in America, but in the UK, to order now from Prime One or to order from Sideshow, it's getting much closer. But we don't. It looks like that Prime One relationship with Sideshow is gone. It looks like they're going to honor what they've done. The only problem now is to buy from Sideshow. It looks like you're going to have problems getting replacements if you buy your Prime One pieces from Sideshow. It looks like a lot of people having all these like little bullshit messages saying we've exhausted all of our replacements. We've done this and we've done that, and it looks like they're not really helping people. They're pushing over to Prime One and saying, you need to speak to Prime One, which isn't the way. If you buy, the way it works is, if you buy from a distributor, you buy from a shop, you buy from even a reseller, whoever you buy from, so you have to deal with them, and then they have to deal with the company.
Yeah, that's your point.
You can't jump through the middleman and go directly to Sideshow if you've bought from your local comic book shop. You can't go directly to XM if you buy from a reseller. You can't go to Prime One if you buy from Sideshow. You have to go to the channels of where the way it's been purchased. That's just how it is. So Sideshow are now saying you need to go speak to Prime One. It's totally wrong. If you bought from Sideshow, even though it's a Prime One piece, Sideshow need to do that fucking running around and sort it out for you.
They need to take on the burden of that stress because that's what they agreed to.
Well, I mean, Nick has commented loads here, but I mean, I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, Nick, but you've received 3 or 4 pieces from Prime One from Sideshow, and all 3 or 4 have had broken pieces, and you haven't had one replacement yet. I'm pretty sure that's the case. He ain't had none of his pieces come in yet.
Well, that's disgusting. Shameful.
So maybe he had 3, and maybe he's got one of them sorted. Maybe he got Green Lantern sorted. I can't remember. I might be wrong. Anywho, he'll comment any minute. Oh yeah, no, nothing yet. You said. That's the beauty of doing it live. Probably Dave, sorry, buddy. I keep seeing your comments come up, and every time they come up, Gio starts talking, and then more comments come up. So I keep forgetting. If you, it's going to happen in the UK. If you buy at a top price on pre-order and taking into account postage, import duties, you'll be lucky to get what you paid, let alone a profit. Yeah, for sure. Over our side of the pond, yeah, you're not gonna you're gonna lose money a lot of the time. Dark Storm in the house. It's quite a good name. Comrade Rant. Hi guys. I have to give you something ugly. What's this? Ugly. Iron Studio stopped sending all items to Israel. They're receiving too many broken refunds. Not good. Not good. I had to return my 2099 due to this. I was really, really lucky with my 2099, so I can't fault Sideshow with that. I broke my cape, and I broke it myself. But they didn't give me the instructions. I want to throw that in there. They give instructions to people saying about the hairdryer and whatever else. That was not in my box. Disclaimer. And Sideshow sent me a new one, so I just want to say that.
Early days, though, wouldn't it, of the relationship? Something's clearly changed since.
Between us and Sideshow, or Prime One and Sideshow?
No, both. But
yeah,
it's not really. We're not talking about. Your experience isn't an experience that every person has. You need to remember that.
Yeah,
you're not somebody that any company wants to piss off. Believe me, we ain't somebody you want to fuck with. So you know what I mean. If somebody comes asking, do you have this? It's not advisable to be like, no. It's not advisable. So at the end of the day, I don't take for granted for 1 minute that that's the case. And I personally, from a personal standpoint, I don't like to deal with anybody face to face or anything like that, because I want to see how they're going to treat me as me. So that when I come out and I say they won't give it to me or they won't, I want to know that. I don't want to be like, I'm fucking Gio from RaddTitan, I'm going to fucking wreck you. I don't need to go into leave it.
No. I mean, that is not something that I do. I mean, what I do is on my account, my name is Alex Thomas, so like I've got a fucking common name, which I'm sure the Sideshow being the company they probably got 4 or 5 Alex Thomases, so maybe not in the UK, but so if I respond back, I'll just go through the customer services. I'll go through the normal route, and that's how it does. And now normally, with Sideshow, with a Sideshow piece, and that was technically a Sideshow piece though, because that said Sideshow all over it. I mean, it was Prime One, but that's what
I'm trying to say. It was early times of their relationship, and now there is obviously some kind of tension or something has changed, because now the reaction has changed.
Guys, if you want to, I keep seeing a few comments coming up, but if you want to ask anything, please do the @RaddTitan thing, because again, I don't mind, don't talk away, whatever. But again, it's just I have to read through them all.
Today, man, because this is
all right. Let's do it. Make sure you click on the thumbs up, everyone, as well. All right. So, what we'll do is
let's go.
Is that today? Yeah, that's today. All right.
You have to do this super efficiently. We're very late getting started on this.
Well, I don't know about efficient, but I'll try. So, and also this has come up like the smallest screen ever now. This is just to remind myself that vroom vroom from the back. Cool. Okay. So this is to remind me that I got the Spider-Woman, something I've always wanted actually. So I'm quite happy again.
Always reminds me of my auntie this or my mum.
Fuck off! Don't fucking take that away from me. To ruin this piece for me, man. So, and also that one.
Busy day in the office for you, Al.
Yeah, fuck me. So yeah, so I've ordered all those pieces. This then is the co-signature collectibles. This is they're doing their sort of fat line, so they're doing the chubby nom nom. I think it's different with DC though, but I've got the Deadpool and the Wolverine. This is the Superman, so they've teased this now. And
looks like someone we know. That.
Well, Aaron.
How did you know? Okay.
I knew exactly where you were fucking going. Well, you think after fucking 30 years, I don't know where you're going?
Oh, it's fucking funny.
Is that where you're going?
Yeah, that's where we're going.
God. All right. Sorry, I just clicked the wrong button. All right. So, yeah, this line is pretty cool, actually. I mean, this one is a bit more displayable. I think the Batman one was a bit too, if I go on there. Oh, God, I'm going to have to, I didn't do the Batman one, but the Batman one's got the kind of sausages and stuff on the base, and it just was a bit too big. This one looks a bit more displayable, a bit more. You can get it in there. And their pieces are great. Co-signature. I mean, Redder saw the Wolverine and the Deadpool, and he put up a post straight away saying he wants to buy one now. So yeah. Steve the H is saying, yeah, horrendous. It looks like me in cosplay. This then is. So we have to try and
make these pictures bigger. I don't know what you're doing, but this is a little bit of a strain.
Yeah, I don't know what it's doing. I think it's because it's on like a 4K screen, so they come up small.
That's enough. That's not the first one. That's fine. That's good.
Right.
That's
so this is Dave Cassie's piece. So let me just go into the thing.
Dracula, is it? This
is Dracula and Dave Cassie. So can't wait to see the chat. This is the first look at the classic portrait of Dracula. So sorry, this is actually the armor. The portrait's next. It's not all the way done yet. Here is a photo of some of the close-up armor details. We want the armor to be removable as well, if possible. The eyes will be a translucent red. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So we've got that there. And then now I might have to do this the other way then. So then this is the Dracula. So the eyes are going to be red. And so I'm not really sure.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool.
I might have to take away these, put these on this screen, and then put this here. No, it doesn't do it.
Yeah, that's worse.
That's worse. Sorry, guys. Let me just sort this out. We'll try this way. Bear with me. Or we ain't had technical glitches for a long time, actually.
Liar. Fucking last week we had one.
Oh, yeah. I think you're right there. All right. So if I stop that, and then if I go back to this screen. All right. So this one. And is that better or worse?
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah. All right. So this is going to be the Dracula. So this is going to be, Dave Cassie's piece. Fuck's sake. Sorry, Dave. There we go.
That's right. It means he gets like more of his.
He's getting more time on here because I'm fucking up.
Yeah, because he'll like making an arse of it all, so it's perfect.
Right. There you go. Cool. Yeah, so this is going to be the Dracula. So this would there's a few heads on this. It's called the armor. This is to go with the Vera piece as well, which they showed recently. Went up for pre-order. Was really, really well received. Like very well received.
Well. And very, very well.
Well, really. I mean, yeah, sold out. And then he had everyone approaching him and asking him if he wanted to distribute through them. So, yeah, huge congratulations to Dave. Looking forward to seeing more of this.
Can't be bad for your first piece, can it?
Oh no, for sure, no. So yeah, this is the update there, looking great. Then, cool.
Let's hope our bullying of him for him to send us it is working.
Oh yeah, for sure. This is then a custom sculpted the Joker by Kiefer Mulab, and this is this piece has got like 11 arms, switch outs, a couple of heads. This is the classic uh, Jack Nicholson Joker. This piece looks really nice. I'm really impressed with this. This piece makes me think to myself, shit, I need to go back and buy my Keaton again.
I'm not you as well.
Yeah. And then you got that one, and then you got the kind of smudged makeup there with the hat,
yeah,
and the cigar. Then you got this one with so there's 3 heads.
not like the third one overly.
No.
I really like the mime though.
Yeah, well that's a different one. So basically these are some of the hands. So you got bomb, you got gun, you got waving, megaphone, microphone, you got all this shit going on. So there's loads. And then you got the rarer exclusive, which is only 10, which is the mime version.
That's fucking cool.
So yeah.
I mean, to be honest, I think I'd rather have all the switch outs, but that's really nice too.
Yeah. That is very impressive. Very impressive. So really yeah.
Pen is truly mightier than the sword.
Then this is then the Iron Studios Endgame pieces. So these are on show. So you have the Captain America. That's not really a good picture. There you go. It's a bit better. No. Yeah, Captain America. The thing about the Iron Studio pieces is we've seen a couple of their movie pieces, and they're normally some of their stronger ones.
Definitely.
Then you got, so these are that. Again, these are a few pictures I've just picked up off Facebook. So thanks if they're your pictures. And you got the Iron Man, which I think the face on that looks great.
Yeah, it does.
That's a proper picture like that. Showed that last week. That looks fantastic.
Very good. Very good job that.
Steve, send me a PM and I'll sort it out later. Love it there. Yeah, looking awesome. And then you got the Thanos there as well, which has been very well received. So yeah, cool.
So funny because it goes against everything in the comics. This.
Why?
Because you don't. It's like he's got the glove. You don't have a sword with a glove. You don't. It's like the glove has the ability with a thought. Yeah. You know, in the comics, a thought, a millisecond of an idea. It's like, I want Alex to turn to a bowl of jelly, and then he turns to a bowl of jelly. What the fuck do you need a sword for? It's amazing, really. I'm going to be interested to see how they show, because obviously you've got all the full power towards the end of Infinity War. So I'm going to be very interested to see how they do this.
Well, yeah, you haven't seen. Yeah,
don't say
I'm saying you haven't seen the movie, so when you see Tuesday, then.
Yeah. It's just I keep seeing him with this sword, and I keep thinking, why has he got a sword?
Yeah. You're making this really hard for me, man. But yeah. So this is the Thanos, and then that's the picture there. It looks awesome.
Yeah, that looks great. See, I really think that their framing of these things were really bad. Like in terms of the last few pictures, it's like a dark room. It's all black.
Oh no, they're not professional pictures. That's just someone seen them at a convention or something.
Yeah, no, but it's like, for these to be the first images of the piece that you see, it's not ideal. It's just not ideal. I haven't seen anything of these before this, and I'm guessing a lot of people are in the same boat as I am. So for me to go through these shots and be like, we're in a fucking dark room with terrible lighting. It's just fucking terrible. Like, this should have been out and photographed and seen a lot more than.
Yeah, I don't. I agree with that side. I mean, I think that the same thing happened with XM. They had a convention in the Philippines, and it was the same week that there was a convention in Thailand. And I was actually in Thailand with that convention, and I showed loads of pictures, and no one shared the pictures of the ones in the Philippines. It literally like 3-4 pictures were shown. And there were like all of those LBS, all the LBS statues were there. No one saw them. No one saw them at all. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's not good.
Joe, don't answer any of Gio's questions about the film, dickhead.
Well, if you want to live.
He's saying the lawyer in me is wondering if answering Gio's questions is a spoiler. Yeah, it's not worth trying to find out, is it? This then was just about the Prime 1 economy shipping is now available. So they did put a post up, and I think it's more to do with, I think Chris put like a video up about it, and a few other people. But I think it's more of a like to cover their ass where they say it takes 1 to 3 months after payment. It's just more of a like, we're just covering ourselves. So that if it does take this long, we've already told you that.
Yeah.
But I don't think it should take that long, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know until someone's actually bought the service
Of
and
course,
used it.
yeah.
I would like to think so.
Hello, now give me some lives. Okay. And this was also that Prime One were having a up to 30% discount on their website on the older pieces. So, and also you earn double reward points. So, yeah, this was then for Alien Day, which was the 26th of 2 days ago. Okay. So, Alien Day was then. So, they're showing their teaser of the Warrior.
Cool.
This was something which I actually personally think that this was like a publicity thing. I think so. The Prime One had this ready; they had it waiting, and they were trying to see one of two things. They were trying to see whether there was a backlash for it not to be there, so they could sell it separate, as they do with busts, or they were doing it as a way to provoke a response, so they could then make themselves look like the good guy and say, "Actually, here we're going to give it to you now because you've asked for it."
Either way, it's a genius move.
I don't think it's a legitimate thing where it's like, oh, we weren't going to release it with that because of licensing pending, blah blah blah, and then just hold back, because I'm pretty sure at the convention they mentioned it anyway. I'm pretty sure they mentioned the possessed head there.
Okay.
Yeah, Stuart Murray, I did speak to them about it, so yeah, it is happening. But I can't say it out loud, so you have to look at Stuart Murray's comments. Then this is just the thing there. This then was the Prime One exosuit and environmental suit, which this is in hand now. This looks phenomenal. This looks really nice. This piece and the Mr. Freeze are the pieces I really want to see. Really,
yeah, they're special. That looks great, isn't it?
Yeah. Fucking hell. Endgame has made 1.2 billion already.
Billion, you mean?
1.2 billion, yeah.
Yeah, good.
Wow. Yeah, this piece looks great.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah. That is next level shit, that is. I'd love to see that in person, standing off against Mr. Freeze like it's meant to be.
Loads of videos of Mr. Freeze. Crazy.
It looks as shit.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Joe, calm down, man. Joe, calm down. He's putting Mr. Freeze statue of the year. Could be, but I need to see it. I hopefully I'll get out and see it. Hopefully.
The problem is, though, is that I remember certain other piece being statue of the year or getting custom of the year or something like that, and we see it recently in person. It was fucking awful. Probably the worst Magneto I've ever seen.
Yeah,
it actually is probably the worst Magneto I've ever seen. Yeah,
I it sounds bad, but there was nothing I liked about it.
Same.
Nothing I liked. I looked at it and I was like, I think I even said to Johnny, I was like, Johnny, is this one of those recast ones from China Hobby? And he laughed, he laughed, and I was like, no, I'm being serious. I'm not joking with you. This is shit, man. It's so bad. But this piece,
it shows the power of seeing things in person, because in photos it doesn't look that bad.
Well, funny
It
enough,
really does. It looks decent in photos. But
funny
it's not.
enough, I won't say his name in case actually he won't care. Fuck it. Redder got that piece in, had that piece for a week, sold it straight away, and said to me at the time, "This is one of the worst pieces I've ever seen." And I was like, "Come on, man!" And I mean, because Redder's so outspoken, I think I kind of thought to myself, Redder is he can be a bit harsh and he can be this and that. So maybe he's being a bit too hard. And, I saw it and I was like, shit, man, I should have trusted Redder.
You earn your respect. And obviously now you understand that man knows a few things.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we've looked at hundreds of pictures of it and thought it looked decent. It's when in person, was like, what the fuck, really? It does happen. It does happen.
The RCB one, Dave.
Yeah.
Funny enough, the other one was pretty good, but yeah.
Yeah.
Guys are belling, but yeah. Then what was I was going to say something quickly before. Fuck's sake! I'm trying to keep up with comments and exosuit, Soul's Eyes. That looks very cool. Yeah, RCB.
I take Sideshow's new Magneto over it every day of the week.
Yeah. Well,
every single day.
The Mac one looked fantastic. The Mac one looked really nice. And then the old Mad X one had something about it, like a real classic look to it, which really surprised us. Really surprised. This then is I actually when this game came out, I think it was PlayStation 2. Then they released it 3 and 4, and they keep re-releasing it, enhancing it. But I played this when it came out on PlayStation 2, and I absolutely loved this game, Shadow of the Colossus. It's for when it came out, the graphics were beautiful. The gameplay was really, really good, and I'm really excited to see what they do, and if they do all 16 of the Colossus. They've chosen probably the first one, but they've chosen the third one, which looks a bit crap. But some of the others look really good. This one is pretty cool. It's 46.8 centimeters, so it's not like a huge piece. And I think it's 799 for the.
So it's like 20. It's like about 20 inches, 21 inches. It's about that 21, 22, 21 inches.
No, nice. It's not much, is it?
I'm sure it is.
No, I've got a tape measure over there. Look. So 47 is 18 and a half. So
it's good.
Yeah, really this piece is really cool. The only thing, my critique on this piece is the fact that I don't believe the horse is worth $100.
Where's the horse?
I'm going to get to that. So basically, this if you want the regular one, it's $799 or $800.
Yeah,
and then you get the horse, which is $100 more, which I do not believe is worth it. It's tiny. It's really small. If you look on the guy, so you actually it might even be that. Oh, it might be the LED as well, maybe. Oh, okay. If it's that, then that's fine. If it's the little guy and the LED as well, that might be better. Than I didn't see that part. So this is then how you
look at that. That's really cool.
What it is basically you need to kill it, and you climb up. So you climb up to his head. So he's got like all these little platforms on his back, and you have to climb up his back and like climb up his hair, and then stab him in the head, basically. So that's number 3, which I'm not really a fan of. The third one, what he does is he swings his sword at you, and you run up his sword.
Cool.
Yeah, it's really. I mean, the game when it came out, again, it was because it was PlayStation 2. There's only so much you could kind of enhance it, and when you sort of enhance it for PlayStation 4, it looks like a PlayStation 2 game enhanced, So
can't make Can't make chicken salad out of chicken shit, can you?
All right, bro, calm down. There you go. That's the horse. Look how small he is. Look. But
Yeah.
again, sorry, I'll take it back a little bit because he's also the main character on his head. And what happens is when you're in the
Had a line up.
yeah, when you're in the area, you can attack. It glows like where he's kind of standing. So I'm really excited to see what they do with this line. I really am.
Looks cool.
So there's that. Oh, there you go. No, this is regular. This is regular. Swap out parts. So it's just the horse. Yeah, that's shit then. If it's just a horse, fuck it. There you go.
Yeah.
The little man looks a bit shit.
They've been that poor monster to death.
Yeah, well, the actual story of the game is like, I think his girlfriend or some woman dies, and he gets told that if he goes and kills all these ancient beings who are minding their own fucking business in the middle of nowhere, if he kills 16 of them, he can bring her back. So he goes out to kill all these things and to get their souls.
Wow,
yeah, beautiful game, beautiful, really stunning game. Sequel of Ico, I think. Then you got the from Gantz Zero. So this is Rekia. And I think this piece you see Nips. There was a big thing about
Alex, the way you talk, honestly, man.
Huh?
You sound like someone who's never seen like a woman's nipples before.
I have
this species of nips. It's great.
I've never, man. I've never. So I'm just trying to see the comments.
It's beautiful. That. It's very nice. Great shape she's got.
Giles saying top 20 games of all time. Wow. Okay. I think for like if you can, it's hard though to kind of measure stuff from when it was out to now kind of thing. But the protagonist comes with the regular, I believe, and the horse and the LED are the exclusive. I don't think the LED is. I think the guy and the LED is the regular, and I think the horse is just the exclusive. So yeah. So this is again Zero. Here you go. So yeah, I saw these pieces in where was I? Japan, I think I was. So I saw these in Japan. They were pretty cool, but I don't really know. This is from an anime. I'm pretty sure this is on Netflix. I keep meaning to watch it.
I bet you do.
Oh yeah, it looks great. I think what it is if this is the one I'm thinking of, they die, and it's a bit like Flatliners. So they die and they go into like robots and stuff, and then it's kind of like a Flatliner feel to it. But I might be wrong. And then also you got Azu coming soon, and then you've also got the white panty version as well. It's red panty night. When you're fighting me, it's red panty night. You've made it. You go home and you tell your wife to put on her red panties because we've made it.
Your Irish is
I'm bad. Yeah, as bad as my accents are not my strong point. I still haven't found what my strong point is, to be honest. So here's the white version.
There's definitely a camel toe going on there. I wonder why you're worried about nips.
Yeah. And then also Prime One are doing the Minions as well.
I'm sure there's a few camel toes in there.
Yeah. So you got the Minions. So you got the Minions on the beach. I think this one's about $130. Nice bit of clear resin on the base. This is, I think, 23 centimeters tall. A lot of people are like, what the fuck, blah, blah, blah. But these will sell. These will sell.
Oh, dude, look what's happening with that fucking dragon. That thing's selling for loads of money.
What dragon? Oh, yeah, Toothless. Yeah. So, I mean, these will sell. I mean, well, we also look at the Roadrunner and Calamity Coyote we showed last week. That piece went fucking crazy. By Co-Signature Collectibles. It looks, and also, do you know how big that piece is? I didn't realize the guy sent me the measurements because he saw my post and he goes, "Oh, if anyone's asking, it's like 63 centimeters wide. It's like 55 deep, and then it's like 38 tall, and it's $388.
Bargain.
Yeah. So that's the Minions. I think that's about $130 for these ones. And then you got the little one, which is, I was going to say Kevin, but that's Stuart. This one's quite small, but this one's about $80, I think. They got that there. Also, just seeing it come up, I'd love that clear resin base. Sorry, just going back. I do love that clear resin base. Stuart in New York. Then you got the Queen Studios Thanos bust. Obviously, Queen Studios, I mean, they're doing some really nice busts. Problem is I know that some people got their what was it there? It wasn't Loki. The Logan, some of it. There was one of them where the likeness wasn't. It was good, but it wasn't great.
I saw a video of this, and the person was touching it, and the skin looks spongy. Is it like silicone?
It's silicone, yeah. But this one's also got like the light ups on the base. The base on this kind of matches the throne. Yeah. Commander Rand, it's time to sell that fucking Toothless if you've got it. It's like selling for like $1,000.
Yeah, time to go.
Fly. I went out and watched that because of how mad people were going for that piece, and I went out.
Don't understand it. Yeah.
No, well, I didn't understand it. I was just thought, I don't understand why it's selling for so much because I didn't. The cartoon's all right, but it's not great.
Yeah, I agree.
What's up, dude? MSXMRE in the house. Bad Lake. So I'm just trying to keep up with them. Oh, Commander Rand said he basically paid $70 for it. That's that Toothless. Yeah, they're selling. If you go on eBay, look it up, and someone was trying to sell a broken one with no
600
a toe missing and a part missing, another part missing, and it was $650. Yeah,
dude, go put your piece up for 800 and have a really good weekend.
Put up for a fucking G, man. Then buy us some fucking beers for telling you. Going back to this, yeah, I like the look of this. This piece is really cool. I mean, Queen Studio stuff is great, but it's pricey. You get what you paid for, but it's pricey. I mean, it's like $2,000.
I don't think that's expensive for that.
No, it's not. But people are like, what? You can't compare. Well, actually, I guess you can. But if you look at the new Sideshow Iron Man, that's $1,250. If you then look at this and what you're getting, the quality of this pisses all over that Iron Man because you're never going to get that replicated anyway. This looks great.
Oh yeah, looks.
And also the fact that the back, look at that, but matches the throne. Imagine having that next to the throne. Do you know what this? Do you know? Wasn't this the one that had the Tesseract in the back?
I think it was. Yeah.
There might be the exclusive of this one, which has the Tesseract. Might have to find out about that because the guy who posted these pictures is he's called like Zedo Smile.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's Zo Smile or Zio or it's said like different, but the way I read it is or Z-O Smile. And it had a Tesseract in the back of it before, and that was like a different version. But also, I think actually, I'll tell you what, his mouth was closed.
Might be a different piece.
Might be different, or it might have been tweaked. But this piece looks fantastic, yeah. What was that? You guys put me off buying Silicone, as you said. It does not age well. Well, no,
it hasn't yet.
Well, no, the thing is like when I bought my fleshlight, that hasn't aged well. But anyway,
the thing is that the pieces. It was a shit one.
Yeah.
The pieces, like from back in the day, have suffered, but so much has changed since. So really, the problem is this is sort of like new territory. We don't really know where we're going to be with this bust or so in like 5 or 6 years. But that doesn't mean it could be bad. It just means that the stuff that they were using before, I mean, there were completely different grades of silicone.
Yeah. Well, this is like full-on medical silicone. So this is called like platinum silicone, which apparently lasts for a very long time. Lasts for 20 years, apparently. Also, Nicholas is saying that they were told to Marvel to change the other version.
Ah,
And Jem has this piece. Jem has this piece up on his house. What? Jem has this piece up on his site, maybe? Or maybe Jem's selling it. Okay. I thought he was saying Jem has this in his house. I was like, really?
there's a few people. There's a few people that have got this like that are like helping to sell this piece. I've seen a few posts and things going on with this.
It's probably likely that they're doing links for GFX or something. So, he has it. Okay, yeah, on his store site. So yeah, so apparently this is the same as the original one, which had the mouth closed, where they were told to tweak it by Marvel.
Crazy good, very nice.
That's the old size comparison there. This then is where they changed the John Stewart Green Lantern.
They made a piece that actually looked okay, look even fucking worse. Well done.
Well, one of the complaints was, can you see my mouse?
Yeah.
One of the complaints was the fact that he has no arm. So, like, under the construct, he should actually have his arm, and he should see it through the gun. So that was one of the complaints. And then now they've changed the construct into this kind of like this looks like a really bad toy from the 80s.
It's a really I mean, even the greens and the paint.
What's the price?
Terrible. I mean, and his race has changed.
Yeah, he's gone from like real Nigerian to I don't know what, but yeah, he's really good.
That's a lighter brother going on there, man. That's, that's a lighter brother. That one. I mean, that could be lighting, but I mean, the greens look different. Everything just, even the white on the chest looks cheap and shit now. Fuck me, they made it look terrible. I actually thought that piece looked okay when I saw it at the con.
Yeah. Alex B. Thompson is saying, yeah, basically they should have. I guess that the problem with doing that is what they should have done exactly is what they should have had the arm sculpted, painted, and then put the construct over the top. But I guess it's then there's a time restriction that they're going to be complaining about. Like, it's going to take a while for you to paint that arm and then put the construct over the top. I think it'll be production times would increase a lot. But still, that is the way it should have been done.
So their idea was to turn it.
Well, their idea is then to make it so you can't see inside.
Is this now? Is that one on the bottom in hand?
No, that this is in their this is their office, isn't it? If you look at the background, that's
even worse. My God.
So this is their prototype, like in there. This may be a early production piece in their home. But you see what this?
Because the top one looks much better.
This looks like to me now. This looks like some really bad gun from. Do you know, like that? What was that? Like the real Ghostbusters or something like that. Where this is some like.
Do you remember when we were kids and there were them three brothers? There were them three dudes.
Right? The Centurions.
The Centurions, yeah. The one who lived, there was a green one, there was a blue one, and there was a yellow one. One was in the water, one was like in the air, one was on land or something. And that's what them toys from like the 1980s when we were kids. That's what that looks like.
Yeah, that's Centurions. That's power extreme. And they're saying he has like the Tom Selleck moustache, like the fucking Don Fry, and basically, but that looks like one of those guns, and this looks like you press a button and this fucking end piece shoots off.
Yeah, it does look like. You press his chest and the end bit flies off.
All right, Jen been saying if you break up the estimated shipping too, it's going to be likely to be $2,200 plus shipping for the Thanos. Okay, so okay, I don't know what that comment means. Yeah, it looks like an action man's been painted up. Yeah, it's bad. I mean, like I think the actual. I was going to say I think the body looks all right.
Nah, it doesn't.
But and also this glow thing. That glow looks bad as well.
Yeah, it does. but also the
Yeah.
hair and the face and the, the skin tones just
Yeah.
look worse, look terrible now.
Yeah. Damn. Poor Brendan. Brendan's going to be fucking crying in his cornflakes about this, isn't he?
I don't know. He's still alive. I don't really see much of him, actually.
He pops up every now and again to insult me and throw some shots. Actually, he's been sticking up for me lately, so it's fine.
Somebody has to do this.
Yeah, it does look like it shoots off like in the Voltron.
Now,
okay, we're on the Gladiator Hulk. I have to say, right, before we go into a big rant or anything about this, I really like the look of this. I actually really like the look of it. I think it looks really nice. I think it's a very cool piece. It does look a little bit like the old pose from some of the other pieces, but that doesn't really bother me.
Like Abomination.
Well, you could pose them next to Abomination and Thing and the old Hulk, and it would go nice next to them. And I don't think that's a bad thing.
You can't do 100% new poses all the time anyway.
Oh, exactly.
Too many people have come out for that.
And also, I mean, you have to also think about this is going to be a heavy piece. I mean, that's the size. It's 26 inches, but he's well hunched over, and 14 by 16.
14 width is nothing.
Yeah.
16 deep isn't much either.
No,
so,
but he's quite like packed in. But I'm saying
it's a compacted piece for those measurements. Yeah, probably right.
But I'm saying, but with the way he is, he's got 3 points of contact, so there shouldn't be an issue with leading. I say shouldn't.
No, I wouldn't have thought so. Yeah, looks.
With that, it looks like it's going to be solid, And I mean, this is obviously the prototype. I mean, it looks beautiful. I mean, I think this piece looks fantastic. And I mean, but the thing is, then the price is fucking obscene. I don't know where that price come from. I just don't get it. I mean, it's like, what is it, $13.50?
I think for the regular, yeah, and I think like $13.99 for the exclusive or something.
No, I think it's $13.50 for the exclusive, and there's $12.99 for the regular. No,
don't know. I think it's more than that, but
I mean, the thing is like, I just don't get where that number's come from. When you look at the original, when you look at the original Green Hulk, Gladiator Hulk, you could probably pick it up for like $600 now, $750 maximum, and it's a big old piece. That piece is like 32 inches tall. Isn't it?
And it's wider. It's wider than 14 inches as well.
Yeah,
it's wide.
That shield is
massive. Stuff. It's about 16, 17, maybe even 18 inches wide.
Yeah,
depth is probably about 15 or so. That Gladiator, the original Gladiator Hulk is a fantastic piece.
Yeah, I prefer it to the King. I prefer
it to this.
So it's $13.90 for the exclusive and $13.50 for the reg. Thanks,
so that's exactly what I fucking said then.
Fuck off.
Before Alex started claiming that he knew better.
But I mean, the sculpt is great. The rust on there. The problem is, as well, is always the fact that you don't know what you're going to get. It's such a fucking gamble. Just because you're paying this much money, it doesn't mean Sideshow.
I know what I'm going to get. You're going to get something that if you're lucky, will be around about 65 to 70% of what this looks like, and that would have meant that the factories have done a fucking decent job.
Yeah,
because this it can't be replicated. Anybody that says it can is lying. Because the brutal truth is they have a long time to work on it. They have the best painters in the world doing it, and the factories don't have that as long to work on it. Don't have a fraction of that time, and there's loads of different people painting it. So it's not like one unbelievably insane talented artist is doing this top to bottom. That's not what's happening. So it can't be replicated. And anyone to say it is so is ignorant to the facts, because it's not possible. And if it was possible, you'd be having the Chinese factories painting your prototypes, because it'd save you a fucking shitload of money. Because it costs a lot of money for like somebody like Katsapin or some of the world's best painters. James to say, I can't remember what my wife said. I should say it. James C. If you asked him to do this top to bottom, it would cost a lot of money and it would take a lot of time. And if you then go, oh, here's the factory, copy this, I'd be like, no, we can't do that. And they can't. They won't replicate this either. But that's not a surprise. You know, that's just how it goes. The real question is this: is this more intricate than Thanos on Throne at $1,250? The answer is no.
Yeah, they've also apparently with this one, people were thinking, you know what, this is a lot of money, but we'll do a payment plan and we're going to have 8 months to pay this off. And apparently they cut the payment plans down to 6 months, so it looks like they're trying to get this out quick.
I mean, that's
apparently
it's
expected
$210. Was that a month?
It's expected to be delivered October to December this year.
That's a fantastic turnaround if that's possible, but it would be slightly concerning for me for it to come around that fast. I would be slightly concerned just because it's very short. And the last time that happened, it was the Spider-Man, and it was fucked. So really, you want sort of like a year.
Command Rant is saying XM manages to paint great. How is this so? It's all down to people seem to think that.
Wait a minute. No, there's an argument. There's an argument for that. There are a lot of people out there, a lot of educated people that will tell you that some of the things they hate about XM the most is their paint.
Yeah,
they will say that XM paint is the part that they hate the most. That their sculpts are unbelievable and their paints are not. So, it really depends on where you're listening and who you're listening to. There is an argument for both sides of every story. I mean, Sang paints like a lot of their prototypes, or maybe all of them, and he is a fantastically talented man. But the difference is that I know for a fact that Sang is over in China all the fucking time, and he's over there telling them this isn't good enough. And I could tell you stories I have heard that he's gone over into China and he's like spent all his time and he's helping them to paint and he's doing all these things. I've heard that he once went over there and he lost his fucking shit and threw pieces, started picking up and throwing them. Fucking they're terrified of him over there because
I'm not sure if that was him or Ben, but yeah.
No, it was Sang. It was the story. He went over there, he showed them how to do it. And then he came back, and he goes over there regularly. He leaves his family, goes over, spends time with them, tries to help them all the time, checking their QC on the paint. And he basically he went over and he said it was fucking half-assed. They tried to pull a fast one on him. He weren't pleased. He picked up the fucking piece and threw it across the room. Everyone stop what they're doing. He is over there all the time. That is a big part of it too.
You
have to be there. You have to be over there all the time. Sideshow are not over there.
Yeah.
They're not over there. Trust me. They're not watching what these guys are doing, and they're not keeping a tight look on what's going on. And XMR. So you are going to get a closer prototype versus production quality in terms of paint. But then again, like I'm saying to you, who Sideshow used to do their prototypes, we've been saying this for years. They are some of the best painters in the fucking world. It can't be replicated. Certain painters in this world, they can't be replicated. If they do a job and they do your prototype and then they give them to a Chinese factory and they say, right, this is how I did it, they'll just look at you and go, no, we can't do that. We can't. I mean, we know from other companies that we talk to that James C, they actually tell him to tone down his work, to not paint it as well as he can, because it can't be replicated. This is the very element of, I'm going to show you something of how good something could be, and then I'm going to give you 60% of it. Sure. And that's if you're lucky, because some of them are nowhere near that. Some of them are really bad.
Yeah, some are terrible. But
if you pick a piece that has a very complicated paint scheme, then the ratio is different. If you get something that's simpler, it actually is closer to maybe 80%, but that's because it's very simple. This, for example, this Gladiator Hulk is going to look at the details, look at the rust, look at the leather, look at the stitching, look at the buckles, look at the rivets, look at the beads. If you think that it's going to look like that, then when you get it, I've got a chocolate teapot to sell you. Because it's not. because and there's no offense to anybody, it just can't be anyway.
But there's
I mean,
also there is another element of it as well, which I do think that people seem to have this illusion that there's like so many factories, and that, you know, when someone says I'm using XM factory or I'm using Sideshow factory, nearly all of the factories paint every company's pieces. The thing is about it is, when you pay for someone to do something, you're paying a rate. So if you're paying the top rate, you're going to get your pieces painted better than if you're paying a lower rate. And that's a big thing as well, which people don't consider. They're like, oh yeah, well, XM had their piece painted. That's the same one as I don't know, I'm looking for a piece here. That's the same one that XM Scorpion was painted in. Is that factory there? Yeah, but that factory there properly painted that fucking Thor that Sideshow Thor that came out Chinese. It's just that there's different rates of pay and different QC levels and different people checking on it and whatever else. So, you know, there's loads of elements to look into. And
that's also our ship factories.
There are ship factories, well, yeah, but yeah. Sorry, there was a few comments there. Oh, Ben, I'm thinking. Do you know where do you think the join would be on the Hulk head? I'm thinking like maybe underneath where these necklaces are, or they could do. It could do. I think that'd be too big to do the kind of Weapon X style and do it under the band.
The difference is, right. You think back and think about all of the prototypes you've seen. You don't see many joins. That's the skill of the painter. They can highlight it and hide it much better than the prototypes will.
I mean, the thing is it could, right, a good way to do it would be under here, but that's a big head that you're fucking getting then. If that's under that, but then I reckon, or under there.
Logic says that it's where the straps are. You see where the straps cross over?
Here?
Yeah. Where them leather straps make a V.
Yeah.
Basically, what it says to me is you take the armor part off the shoulder, and then you take the whole chest, top chest, and neck and traps out. And the beads are mixed media, or they go over the head. That, you know what I mean, or they're maybe already connected, but that comes separately, and then you basically do it that way. That would be more
that arm could be there. See where that is? It's like there, and you go around here.
No, the arm will be as it is. This armor on the top of the shoulder comes off, plugs into the top of the shoulder, and the head. So you take the armor off, and there'd be a big hole in his shoulder, and then you basically take the head off, the top of the chest, the whole thing, the straps from where the straps are, you take them off. That would be my guess.
Well, that's where it should be. Here, I agree with you. It should be here, like XM did with Weapon X, but no in Sideshow, it'll be under there.
Oh, we'll wait and see.
Yeah,
I think Daniel Bell did a fantastic job on the sculpt here as well. I think it's a really good Hulk.
It's really this is the scaling of it. So against the
yeah, definitely. I mean, they're not like little pieces. I mean, I thought Thor looked a little small for me.
Well, it does. I mean, compared to what Thor is. I mean, if you look at Thor compared to Black Widow,
sort of athletic, sort of build, like them bulk, like them classic
That's
stuff.
quite nice.
But, it really is. It's nice, man. It's just.
Is that like the thing from Quasar?
Yeah, it's just like something. It's like something from Black Planet Hulk or something. The thing is that
that looks like it's going to be there. That's why they've shadowed it out.
Yeah, I hope it isn't, dude. That won't be.
It really should. It really should be like that. I totally agree with you. They should do. They'd take a fucking page out of XM's book and do that like the fucking Weapon X was. That was a genius scene.
Yeah, it was actually, because it was a hard one as well.
Look, there as well. That's the perfect place to do it. The only problem is it will be big. That switch out will be big. But
so what?
Yeah,
it'll be.
Well, it's a big fucking price, isn't it? And then that's where the switch
That's
ahead.
really, to be honest with you, that's really the problem with this piece for me is just the price that they're asking for, and it's a very, there's going to be a lot of these. This is it's not, this isn't a Thanos again. This hasn't sold out. The X is not sold out.
Yeah.
This is a Hulk. This is going to be like at least anywhere between fucking 1,000 and 3,000 for the exclusives. Anywhere in between that number it'll be, and then the regular will be anywhere between sort of like 2,000 and 5,000. It could be anywhere there. You could have a piece that's 6,000 or 7,000 edition size easily. Now, if that doesn't bother you, that's fantastic. Great.
Yeah.
I'll buy this piece off you for fuck all later. That's fine.
People are talking about the XM one, the
Which
Planet
one?
Hulk, the XM Planet Hulk that they did, which has
Dude,
gone
what
back.
happened to that? I really don't know what happened to that.
Apparently, what happened was it was sculpted by Troy McDavitt, and he got lost in customs for 6 months. They thought they lost it. Then all of a sudden, it randomly fucking someone found it, turned up, and but when it kind of turned up, it was because it was a sculpt. It weren't in great shape, when it arrived, and they started again. I think they'd already started again because they'd already said that they've lost it. They're already like, "Fuck, we lost it." I think they paid.
Yeah,
they paid Troy off. They said, "Look, thank you, blah blah blah." Unfortunately, and then I think ARP's doing it.
Yeah, well, it'd be very interesting.
So I definitely think it's underneath those fucking necklaces. Unless, wait, let me get close. Oh, wait. Look on that shoulder. Oh, no, that's the light. Don't worry. Talking shit. Then Mr. Freeze is going up for pre-order on the 2nd of May. So, Dave Cassie, is that one for you? I don't think he likes it.
I don't, this doesn't annoy me too much. I think this is typical of what I expect. I think this is a nice classic museum look. And then I think there'll be another Mr. Freeze inside, if this sells well, inside the next 18 months, there'll be another one. And there'll be like some sort of action pose version.
Sure.
That's what will happen. That's the prince. That's the
model. Business model.
It's the ingredients. It's like basically the way that Sideshow do things. Certainly with the DC line as well. They do a museum and then they do like a dynamic one later. It's very common.
Then this is like from Tokyo Ghoul, so they're doing the this is like a 1/6 piece that someone sent me the other day. This is by Curie Collectibles, actually based in France. So I thought I'd show that. I think this is I can't remember if it's Jason or Kaneki.
We need to get fucking Nate in here, man.
We
Tell
need
us
to
about this shit.
100%. I mean, I'm trying to. I think it's Kaneki. No, Jason. This is Jason. Sorry. Well, actually, someone fucking tell me. Jason, I'm going for. And so this is piece. I mean, these are kind of like the kanji stuff that comes off of him. And I actually tried to watch some of Tokyo Ghoul. I couldn't get into it. I really couldn't get into it. It's really popular, but yeah, I just couldn't get into it. Cartel from Hell in the house.
Yo, Mikey boy.
Yeah, and then we got the XM Studios Deathstroke. So this is the 1/6 scale Deathstroke that they're showing.
I was well confused when I saw this picture. I was like, what happened to Spider-Man suit?
What happened with the Shocker, man? He's meant to be fucking yellow and yeah. And then you got the gun he's standing on the base, and then part of the base is painted up there. This is then the Goblin. The one thing that someone contacted me, Tyler, actually, and I totally agree with his comments, is what he was saying is he has the Spider-Man on order. And he's also saying that why are the Spider-Man bombs, the pumpkin bombs on the Spider-Man modern, when the Green Goblin is going to have classic bombs? If you want to just turn them together.
100%.
Totally agree. Agree with that. Great point, Tyler.
He don't want a modern anyway.
Yeah.
You want to put the classic pumpkin bombs are the way to go, man. That modern stuff.
I might have to nick one of those pumpkin bombs because they'll fit in my one's fucking handbag. And then you got the sanity pieces. These went up for pre-order. There is actually, sorry,
they sold out like instantly.
I think they sold out. Yeah, the order closed for the smoke version. I think it was like 100 and something like a random number. It was like 108 or something like that, wasn't it?
I believe that this got like a link to this actually got posted early by mistake, and loads of people managed to get there before. Lucky bastards.
True. And then, sorry.
Bless you.
Oh, fuck for that. My brain just died half of it. So yeah, you got the black and white version, and then the color version, which we'll come back to that one. And I guess there's there. And then you got this is the tease for Supergirl.
Cool, coming right out of a pod.
Yeah, so she's coming, and then the Harley, which I think this Harley is fucking wicked. I think this Harley is beautiful. Really
cool.
Part of their samurai line. You've even got the Bud and Lou little teddies there as well. Underneath there. This is for the detail. Joker on the back of the moped. Bamboo here to stick with the theme. I'm really glad because we did see some of the images. I think they gave it to us when we were in Singapore or so, and she had band-aids across all of her noses, the bridges of her noses, and there was no need for it. And I think that looks really impressive.
Definitely.
I think for me, she's my favourite female one I've seen so far of this line.
That's a good one because the one that's just been released I actually really liked.
Batgirl,
yeah, with the Oni on the base and all that. That was a nice piece.
I prefer this.
Yeah, but this is a picture. You want to see this in you want to see it in 3D form, walk around it, touch it, and then you know what's what. Looks good though. Looks very nice. This lovely concept.
Yeah. It's really, really. I do really like that. That's it. Fuck. There we go.
Good.
Close on my shit.
Oh, dude, you go to bed immediately, dude. You don't realize. You go out with a little dinner for your sister, meet your friend, and all this other nonsense. And I just keep taking the hits. You've got all the time in the world. I don't have any.
It makes you feel bad. I actually was like getting ready to leave, and I basically fell asleep. Like my sister was picking me up at 4:00. I fell asleep at 10 to 4, right? And I woke up, and it was like one of those moments where I didn't know where the fuck I was, and I was well disorientated. And I was like, when she picked me up, I was in the back of the car, and I still didn't know what was going on. I was fucked. And then when I got home, because like basically, Colson and I were watching TV, and we were just like laying on the sofa, just hugging. And we both fell asleep at the same time. When I come back, I was like, "Fuck, man, what happened then?" When I woke up, I was like all over the place. I was disorientated. I didn't know what the fuck it was. And she goes, "Yeah, when you left," she goes, "I was sitting there, and I just felt exactly the same. So someone's fucking drugged us or something." Or she's drugged me and then ended up drinking from my fucking poison chalice like an idiot. All right. Well, we got to the end of another chat, and thanks guys, thanks for watching, thanks for sticking with us, and what we do is we will try. Actually, I'm in Spain next week, aren't I? We could do one while I'm in Spain. My dad does have Wi-Fi, and I will have my laptop, but we'll have to do the camera from my laptop, which is that funky one, which looks like it's looking up my nose.
Poor one. So mine always looks like.
Yeah, like a weird. Emerald saying, "Alex, I love the new camera angle. A nice background. Cheers, man." I did actually have a little tidy up. Let me just do this quickly, see if I can. So let me see if I can spin this.
Had to get him started, didn't you?
Yeah. So what I've got is actually I've got the module case up there. I've got that up there. I've got Electro there, and I've got that one, which is where the painted Spider-Man's going to go. All my fucking comics in this corner. Jeez, I would need to sort them out. And then, got over. So, yeah. Anyway, Groovy. So yeah, now we ain't got the good background anymore.
Yeah, shit, man.
So
love you and leave you. Thanks for joining us.
have fun.
And, comment, man. If you want to talk to us about anything we mentioned in the chat, comment below, and we'll carry this conversation.
Yeah, we'll carry on. And thanks for watching, guys. And can't tell you came in a bit late. Getting a bit earlier next time, buddy. Yeah, there we go. Thanks. Yeah. Peace out, guys. Thanks. All right, let me see if I can.